Hello everyone, and welcome back to the OWC World Cup 2022. The semi-finals are continuing on. Look at those games you have lined up for you. The next one is an absolute banger between the Russian Federation and France. In the losers bracket, these two teams fighting for their lives, fighting for their best run ever. If they can get a little bit further than this, and it's a tough ask for both of them, you'd think. I'm Doomsday. It's a pleasure to be casting this one alongside Fiery. Mr. Fiery Rage, how you doing, man?
Hello, how's it going? It's currently 9 a.m. in the west coast of America. Pretty banger matchup, I have to say. Russian Federation looking very strong across the entire tournament on double time in particular. Very, very speed-oriented team. France, on the other hand, looking pretty strong on the hidden mod. And I imagine that's probably what we're going to be seeing throughout this match. Going to be seeing Russia go into those speed-oriented maps, the double time pool, maybe chill on the hard rock pool as well if they decide. France probably just going to be picking around those reading-oriented maps as well as the hidden maps in the pool.
This matchup is super interesting in terms of the skill sets, right? You touched on it there. The skill sets are polar opposites. Russia, absolute speed beasts, mechanics beasts. France, with a great gimmick roster. It's definitely a case of how the band's going to play out, because it's highly telegraphed, right? What's going to be gone from the pool? What are the first picks going to be? You know, what direction are these two teams going to go? Because it's obvious that both these teams, France, do not want to take on Russia on those speed picks. Russia will not want to go anywhere near that hidden pool. But they can't avoid it forever. How's that going to play out here, you think?
Well, you say they can't avoid it forever, but they do have two bans, which they can so choose to ban two of the hidden maps. But they are going to have to leave at least one of those open against France. So we get into the rolls here. We'll see how that plays out, though. Russia, I believe, has a few more picks up their sleeve that are like super favored towards them than France does, in my honest opinion. Since France can only ban two maps, and they can only ban two of the double times, or speed maps, which will still leave two speed maps open regardless of what they tried doing. Meanwhile, Russia can just ban two hidden maps and then only have to deal with one of those. 3mod 3, I guess, to some extent, is a reading map, but only need one hidden on that.
That's true, that's true. It's a pretty damn hard one in 3mod, though, and I don't think Russia would even want to overmod that, so you would be stuck on a bunch of no mods there against France, and you'd think in the head-to-head with, you know, one mod each way for both teams, minimum mods, France would be looking real good on that 3mod 3. So that does play into it. You think you really, with more speed than pure reading, though, maybe, yeah, France will be forced into more of their weaker maps here than maybe Russia will. But with this match being quite long, anything can play out if it ends up going all the way. The band's starting to come out now, and I think that one was pretty obvious from Russia.
Yeah, hidden 2 from Russia. France has a Koro, so goodbye hidden 2. DT2 from France as well, also pretty much expected. Wanting to ban speed out of the way. France probably going to follow that up with either DT1 or FreeMod 2. Yep, FreeMod 2, there it is. Who would have seen this coming, guys?
My mind is blown. I cannot believe that France is banning speed against Russia. This has never happened.
Incredible! Russia's second ban, I imagine, is just going to be another hidden map, but they could actually opt to go for something gimmick-oriented here, so I actually would not be surprised to say maybe Nomad 5. But I think hidden is probably the most likely ban. Oh no, FreeMod 3. The other reading map, so not too surprising there. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, so all the low AR's gone. Not wanting to go anywhere near that. I don't blame them at all. I don't blame them at all. But it does leave some of those gimmicks, especially in, you know, the ones in No Mod can work out. I think No Mod 5 is still a really good choice for France. We'll see how the double tappers are coming into it, but you'd think that'd be pretty good for them. And for Russia, well, it's a lot of speed.
Also would not be too surprised to see maybe a hidden 3 first pick here. Wanting to get into the alt-oriented hidden map. France has a very, very strong hidden roster.
Going straight into that first pick would be pretty spooky as well, considering first pick into something as control-oriented as that. Can be a bit dodgy if your players aren't quite on it straight away. But, there's some mind gaming going on in the chat. We'll see how it works out. Russia trying to coax something here. But, yeah, hidden 3 would be pretty good, I'd agree. Hidden 1 wouldn't be bad as well. Either of those, honestly. Hidden 1's quite density-oriented as well. Lower AR and high speed.
You also have, as we mentioned, Nomad 5. Nomad 4 could also potentially work out for France, but that's a bit more of a toss-up, I'd imagine. So probably wanting to stray away from that just for now. Probably going to save that for a later pick, unless Russia picks into that. Fremod 4. Oh.
Right,
I forgot
okay.
I forgot this map existed.
That's the other one. We just left that one alone. Not talking about the ridiculous rhythm map, the down map.
The Ikoro map, as everyone likes to call it now in tournament pools.
Yep. This is definitely an Ikoro map. It's not so ridiculously hard, though, that it's a case of he's the only one that's going to be able to play it here. We're not quite at that level of difficulty yet, but it's still really challenging on Ak.
Yeah, I imagine Ikoro is probably going to be the only person with something like 99% on this.
Yeah, absolutely. That I can see. The combo gaming will be in full effect, you'd think, for everyone else, and then Ikoro can sit there with a good chunk of score that no one else is going to have, right? But you never know. We are looking at players like Vitya, Okinatori on Russia, who could also be really good on this. Strong player on the control. And Ciccone has been so good this entire tournament as well. So you never know, but still, yeah, it's an Ikoro map. No doubt. There he is.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Ciccone to FC this map with probably something like 94%. Definitely a map that he is capable of playing. Could actually get pretty good accuracy on it as well, but all eyes on the man himself, obviously. Ikoro, well known for this type of map. We'll see how the teams as a whole perform on this, though. It's not individual performances that make or break points necessarily in the semifinals. Sometimes it does, but it's usually how the teams perform overall. And if France doesn't have the backing team to back up Ikoro's pretty much guaranteed 500k, things could get a bit dicey.
So I'm seeing Thunder hop in for France. Is Ikoro just going to be on the no mod then? Because Thunder, he's the hidden preference mod player, right?
Yeah, I
so
imagine
Thunder on hidden.
Ikoro will be running no mod on this, I imagine. Vroom, obviously, hard rock specialist. Thunder, hidden specialist. Those are your probable 2 mods for France. Not too sure what Russia would opt to go for on the mod category here. I imagine Ciccone is going to also go no mod. So that probably leaves Vakman, maybe hard rock, and Din on hidden?
Maybe.
Not too sure.
I think Welter might be taking hard rock. You just take hard rock a lot. Maybe Vakman on the hidden. Oh no, never mind. We're completely off. It's Ciccone.
Yeah, we are completely off. At least we got France right.
Let's go.
Welter on the hidden, Ciccone actually on the hard rock. Works out still. And as we get into the first pick of the match.
Here we go. It's been a long time coming since we've seen France in the semi-finals. Going out so often in the early rounds, but they are here. Finally on those harder maps, and we'll see what they can do.
You can already start to see the rhythm intensity of this map, I suppose, is probably one way of putting it. No one actually missing so far in the early stages here. The accuracy department, though, a couple of people struggling. It's going to favor France in the beginning for now. See an early miss from Ciccone on the Hard Rock. Not traded out by anyone on the side of France. Vroom struggling in the accuracy department. Not going to matter that much, though, as Welter also finds another miss. No trades on the side of France as they still hold 4 FCs, 1/4 of the way through the map.
Yeah, control team coming into full effect here. God, seeing how the accuracies hold on Hard Rock is going to be super curious between Ciccone and Vroom at the moment. It's what you'd expect, 95, 93. But some really good accuracies already so far on the side of France on those non-OD10 players.
Then and Musty trading breaks on the Nomad. Still 2 unanswered breaks as the score lead is just going to continue increasing. Yeah, you were saying the accuracy on France, all things considered. Vroom and Musty not having the best of times, all things considered. But Thunder actually 98.6 on the hidden. Still holding on to the FC Ikoro, but
he's existing. This is just what he does.
Yeah, he's just kind of chilling.
Just chilling. It's so crazy to see how consistent he is on these sorts of maps in terms of the ACK. It's so effortless for him, or at least it looks it. But Thunder pushing him really close as well on that hidden. Really good.
Thunder will be dropping a slider break, unfortunately, but not going to matter. Ciccone broke earlier. And it's still 1 FC to 2 currently. And there's not really much Russia can do to get back into this. This is all but guaranteed as a victory for France on their first pick here.
Vakman on the side of Russia is so key to their success in this tournament. Really good all the way through this tourney, and they're gonna need him now on these later stages. It's great to see him performing, though. Not gonna be enough, though, at all. France, great first pick. What a performance.
You have Vroom with the Hard Rock FC. 2 Nomads on the side of, one on the side of Russia and 1 on the side of France. Ikoro, as we expected, only 99%. Thunder actually getting fairly close, though, all things considered. Some good work on Thunder with the hidden there. But overall, very solid team performance from France as a whole on that. 3.2 million. It's going to give him a solid first pick. And there's the obvious counter pick. Either this or DT3. It's going to be DT1.
I'd imagine you'd see both of those at some point this match. I think the fact that the speed is spread around the DT pool a bit more than usual really benefits Russia. This DT1, the aim slot, does have quite a lot of speed this time around. And that's only going to help this speed-focused team. That is a lineup for this.
Yeah, I mean, this is the team that 4-way FC'd DT4 last week. So you have to imagine they're feeling pretty confident on double time.
Have a look on this here. 246 BPM. Bursts all the way through this, so it's not just about that aim. Jonesan, if you play the Jonesan map, you know what to expect. That unconventional, somewhat awkward aim style. So no meta farm jump aim here. It's going to be up to France to try and match Russia, really. They are going to be the underdogs on a lot of these speed picks. They've been reasonable, but it's definitely not been their strongest suit. This is what they've built for it. They've got Phil Zalama, who has been coming back into it, had some good performances last week when called upon for DC picks. So getting back into some form. They're going to need him.
I believe this is the highest star rating map in the pool as well. Whether or not that means it's the hardest map is up for debate, but it is something worth pointing out nonetheless.
It's got the mechanics. That's what it definitely says.
For sure. get right into it. Fairly long double time map, actually. 2 minutes and 40 seconds on this. Never really relents. There's a couple of slow parts here and there, but for the most part, you could miss on pretty much anything in this map. Din finding an early miss, not going to be the end of the world. Phil Zalama and Vroom both traded pretty much immediately.
Yeah, the adjustment period, I suppose, for a couple of the players. Plenty of time to bring that back, though. You'd imagine Vroom on something like this would be pretty decent. He's getting his accuracy back up, so...
Oh, Vroom didn't break. It was Phil Salama trading the miss from Din.
My bad. My bad.
It wasn't your bad. It was Banjo's bad. That is an actual miss, though. Backman trades it shortly after, as well as an act drop from him, keeping things relatively close here. Slight combo lead for Russia. A bit more of a combo lead now with the Phil Zalama miss there. 2 FCs and a high combo to just 2 FCs on the side of France.
Gotta say, Hifkill and Flaster, some of the new players coming into the roster this year, or at least relatively new, have been showing up very well so far this tourney.
Vopro going to be dropping. Flashday, okay, Flashday does trade it. Could have been a bit dicey there, all things considered. For now, it's going to be relatively equal. 200k score lead for Russia on this. Ciccone holding on to the solid 99.6% FC currently. Hifkill not too far behind, 99.4. So that supporting combo from Din, which is no longer present there.
Hold up.
Unfortunately, I don't think France really has a supporting combo to match that. And Hifkill drops the FC on that jump, and I feel like that's going to be it. Ciccone doesn't trade that miss, and this is just going to be... This is where the score lead starts to shift quite considerably.
Yeah, the skyrocket's about to happen. Vroom broke. France have nothing now. Ciccone and Voprasov now can start really taking that bar. And look at that. Now it's looking more like what we expected, but it was fairly competitive until then. Granted, Russia never really looked in under much threat. Now it's looking like what we'd expect. Ciccone is going in.
This accuracy is crazy from Ciccone. 99.5% FC on this map. One of the highest accuracies in the map, just on, like, in general, with double time. It does that in a tournament setting. Crazy stuff coming from him.
And he even had time to Pecco on the spinner there. Just casual stuff here from Ciccone. A great performance. And a great pick in the end. I think France can take heart, though. Hifkill, very nice performance there too, 860k. But as a team, Russia have the speed edge for sure. But relatively competitive for the first part there.
Now, what will France pick to follow up with this? Now that Free Mod 4 is out of the way, now we don't have to worry about the rhythm pick. Going back to what we were saying, what they would pick originally, I'd say Hidden probably the most likely here.
It's looking very tempting.
Yeah, I don't see them ever really picking Hard Rock or DT into Russia. Free Mod 1, I guess, is a possibility, but I don't think they'd want to go for that quite yet. I just feel like Hidden or maybe No Mod 5 is probably ideal in general in this situation. Stick with those picks and then branch out after those picks run dry. Okay, never mind.
That's not what we were thinking. Hard Rock 2? Okay.
This is something I would imagine Russia would have picked, but...
Yeah.
Suppose France... Let's see how this plays out. I'm actually kind of interested. They do have Hard Rock players. Vroom, obviously, one of the best Hard Rock players in general, I'd say.
You think as well, with the map starting to get harder now, Vroom his stock's going to be going up much more now. You know, singular FCs can carry a map. And I'd say this, I mean, I don't know if this is just my bias, but this feels like one of the harder maps in the pool on Hard Rock. It's a nasty precision pick. Very stream heavy, double heavy, control heavy at 200 BPM. Some wacky stuff in this. I don't know if you'd agree, Fiery, but I thought this was pretty tough looking at the pool.
Well, you say that, but China double FC'd this in their matchup earlier.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the way they've been playing, mate. But maybe it's just biased. But either way, maps are hard enough now. With Vroom is going to be looking like the player to watch for France. And Justman too, who's been impervious on Hard Rock.
Well.
You know what? Now you look at that roster, you kind of see why they picked it.
Yeah. Justman and Vroom are definitely solid counters to some of the Hard Rock-oriented players on Russia. I feel like the fills are probably what's going to end up deciding this pick here. So if Hifkill and Musty can keep up, France has a pretty good shot at this pick. We'll see what happens.
It's short. It's not even 2 minutes long, so early miss is going to sting you. Got to watch for those. 147. Seen Testa Pivka come back in for the very versatile player. He's been doing well so far. Welter back in, who I mentioned it earlier, has been looking pretty good on Hard Rock, especially on the precision stuff so far.
Trades from Vakman and Hifkill. Justman also missing earlier. Welter and Vroom trading. Slight combo advantage for France. That can change very fast as Musty finds a miss here. Not answered on anyone on the side of Russia. This is just Justman to hold on to a solid combo. Tester and Ciccone holding on to an FC and what is essentially an FC, counteracting Justman's early miss.
Ooh, Welter there within the break. And there goes Vakman. Pretty even now. There goes Hifkill, though. It's back with Russia. Second half here. They're really relying on Justman now for France. Russia with two huge combos running away now.
Yeah, both of these combos are going to have to miss, like, right now in order for Justman to bring this back, I think. And I just don't really see that happening. Ciccone and Tester looking so strong right now on this map. Even through this finger control section, absolutely just demolishing this right now. And this is why I said this is probably what we would imagine Russia picking, because Tester and Ciccone just completely destroying that map. FC from Tester might as well be an FC from Ciccone. Justman trying his best, but the team score around Justman just not enough to counteract Russia's overall team score there. And that's the first break point.
Rough one here for France, but brilliant one for Russia. They played well against Poland on the small circle-sized map, and it's worked out well here. A bit of a gift, but I can see why France picked it with their lineup. It just didn't come together for them. Russia can go straight into now consolidating this with another DT pick. Okay, then. Yeah. DT3.
The last obvious pick from the Russian side. After this, no more speed maps to really worry about, so just getting it out of the way.
It's the classic, the D and B DT. Some of that box plot, you can't go wrong. Mostly about the speed, of course. Very speedy pick. It does have quite a few doubles though, and a high speed control element as well. So it's on a little bit of a different tangent in that regard. But it's still mostly about that high speed. 260 BPM and very high stamina strain in this. All the way through. The big speed man for Russia joining in. Apostol slipping in for this map. Okoro going back in for France on the speed. I think he's more critical when it comes to these speed maps for France, considering the number of them. He's been doing well on them so far. Might need more than one person, though, to run away on this map against Russia. We'll see how it plays out.
Lengthy double time pick again. 3 minutes long this time. AR 10.3 as well, so testing a bit of that reading prowess, although pretty much every player, I feel like, in tournament now can just play 10.3 with ease.
It does feel like that, doesn't it?
It used to be.
Paying attention to it now when I'm watching.
It used to be where it was like an actual thing, where you'd pick into the 10.3 and say, this guy can't read 10.3, but I swear it feels like everyone can now. It is insane. Room with an early drop as we get into the first tech section here. Filzalama trades, or not trades, but drops as well.
The accuracies tell a story in the early goings. The accuracy is all on the Russian side. The comfort definitely
is
there.
holding an SS through that first part, by the way. I just want to point that out.
What brave. Point that out this early, man. Ooh.
You know, I gotta jinx it at some point. See, there it goes.
Good point.
Still crazy accuracy, even regardless of that. Everyone on the side of Russia. Okay, never mind.
Ooh, oh.
Okay, never mind. Goodbye.
Okay, then.
That actually favors France quite heavily now, as the combo advantage just skyrockets in their favor off that part. Flashta and Okoro still holding on to the FC's high combos on Vroom and Filzdalama. Accuracy might not be there, but the combo sure is, so score lead will be shifting.
Huge breakpoint if they can steal this back, but they have to hold their nerve. Okoro just found that break. It's still with France. They can be pulling this back slowly, but the section is unrelenting till the end of the map now.
Okoro does also find a drop on the FC. Din drops the FC as well. Flashta, the only FC remaining in the lobby. Filzdalama with the next highest combo. We're going to need to see Flashta and Filzdalama drop real soon. Score lead is starting to get uncontrollable in the favor of France here. We enter the last hard section here. The shakes on Flashta are so noticeable, but he is staying strong through it. Filzdalama does drop the next highest combo. That might... Oh, Flashta as well drops!
Slow part.
I don't know if there's enough time to counteract that lead, though. I think France has just done the unthinkable and beaten Russia on a double time pick. Just barely. 100k, not even 90k points.
Well, that flips things around. That makes up for that Hard Rock 2 blunder. Huge points stolen away from Russia. We are all square now. Against most of the odds there, you would not have expected that, but they combo game to the win. Look at the accuracies on Russia, but they just found those misses.
Yeah, the misses at the center of the map from pretty much everybody on the side of Russia just decided that. You can see 870 combo from pretty much everyone there, except for Din. All they were looking at was 600k, 700k at most. The worst possible place to find those misses, and France capitalizes on that.
Fair play to France. Fair play. The speed in the pool is starting to thin now when it comes back around to the Russian pick, and France still have some good, strong picks left on the board. Quite a few of them. It's their turn to pick one. 2 hidden picks open. Still waiting on when we're going to see those.
Yeah, I imagine probably not going to be seeing Hard Rock again from France after what Hard Rock 2 showed them. If anything, Russia probably feeling like they want to pick into Hard Rock now. No mod 5, there it is. Not into the hidden pool yet, which is kind of surprising, but this is the other somewhat obvious pick we were talking about France going for here.
Burnt rice. It's the cursed pick. God, flams everywhere. That's what this is about. Flams in OWC standard. It's happening. Break out your double taps. Yeah, France have the gimmick players to do some work on this, but it's such a short map. It's a short map. It can be a bit chaotic, depending on how this one play goes, but you'd give the France the edge before this match even kicked off. And they're gone for it pretty early.
This map is very, very interesting, I'd say. If you haven't seen this map before, you're probably going to be very confused as to what's going on. This is a, I'd argue, alt-hybrid type of map, but the main source of breaks and accuracy drops on this map, as Doomsday mentioned, is those double taps. There are 1/16th notes in this map that are actually spaced out. So you have to aim and somewhat cheese some notes, which can lead to some pretty gnarly act drops here.
There you have those. You see, you also have in those drops those snappy patterns. So, quite a lot of aim control. This is really all about that aim control, above all else. And we'll see how it works out. And fingers crossed the client works with us this time. Last time this appeared, it was a bit dodgy because of the way this map is, but we'll see how it plays out. Might have to hold on some of these misses fiery when they come out on those doubles.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens, huh? We're gonna get right into the doubles here, so we'll see what happens. Oh, so far not... Okay, never mind, goodbye. Okay, never mind, I just spoke it into existence.
Oh my god, it begins. Oh, so many misses already though. Two FCs to 1 in favour of France then. And make that 2.
2 FCs to 2, yeah. The accuracy's not really favoring anyone right now. No one's really having a fun time in the accuracy department on this. Coney and Vitya actually with the highest accuracies right now, 96% for both of them, 97 now for Ciccone exiting that part, but it will be France with the combo lead, and combo is what matters the most on this. It's not even the double taps that Bancho doesn't have a fun time on, it's those, like, extended sliders, I suppose you'd call them.
I think we're left with 1 FC. Answers on who it is before you look. Who do you think it is, guys?
I'm not too sure what's going on right now, I'm gonna be honest. But I do think... Yeah, Ikoro exiting that section with the FC, pretty much looking to FC the map and just carry France on this pick. Kind of what we expected, for the most part, I'd say. If there was an Ikoro map outside of Free Mod 4, this would probably be the Ikoro map.
Oh, and it is banked. That FC, I think, banked there from Ikoro. 94.6. Combo gaming, but that's all you need. Very nicely done there from Ikoro. Pretty close though, but France really had the big combo advantages the whole way. Although they only were ahead a little bit. I guess it's the nature of this map, right? But they always look like they were in control of this one. What next for Russia, though? What next for them? The speed is running out. The final DT pick isn't even 200 BPM. It's more about the control, although that is, high-ish AR, if that's even the point for players these days. It's not very quick, is the point.
Yeah, I don't imagine... Well, actually, it did quad FC DT4 last week, so they could opt to go for that and see if they could replicate that with this map. Kind of similar in style to DT4 from last week. Not awfully similar, but...
I mean, yeah, it is. I mean, the last one was like 220 BPM, but still, same gimmicky style. It comes into play. I mean, Hard Rock might be tempting as well. Maybe more around the lines of the Hard Rock 3 Flame Wall, an alt-style map.
I was actually thinking Hard Rock 1 could be likely here, but Nomad 2 as well. Not necessarily a speed map, but if you can't stream, might as well be. 200 BPM, Nomad 2 streams. A couple of finger control elements on this as well.
Yeah, tapping players rise up for this one. Astronic streams. I think in terms of style, this is probably the most standard of the Nomad 2 stream maps we've seen. It's got some pretty comfy styled, wide, long streams, but it has plenty of those accelerating streams, snappy patterns you have to deal with as well, and as you mentioned, plenty of control as well. But it has those sections, just wide, circular streams that Nomad 2 players know and love. And I thought France looked pretty good on the Nomad 2 last week when they got played into them. So
Russia as well, though. Russia not looking too bad either. 99.5% one miss from Ciccone and a couple of chain misses here and there, unfortunately, from Russia. But overall, very comfortable. We'll see how more comfortable, as you said, Nomad 2 plays in their favor here.
Even though you do have those winding streams that players might find quite comfy, every now and again you have these very spaced out, like 3 to 5 note bursts at 200 BPM that force you to really snap to them before you're jumping onto another stream. So those sections, I can see a lot of breaks happening. I can see people being fine on the streams, then those sections coming out and just stealing a couple of big combos out of nowhere.
Let's see what happens. France is looking strong on DT3, so they definitely have the tapping prowess. It's just whether or not they can convert that to flow aim as well.
Slowly but surely. Almost.
Give it a bit. Just give it a bit. There it is.
And now we're talking. And Flaster back in as well for this. It's pretty big. Done well in this match so far. Was one of their key carries on that DT3 victory. On the side of Russia, it's the usual crew. Tester, Postol, Vakman, Ciccone. Yup.
Pretty much what you'd expect for the Nomad 2 here. So we can get right into the map, right into the stamina, and right into the flow aim.
There's one there from Just Man on that snappy burst. Apostol follows suit. 3 FCs to 3.
Vakman as well, dropping on that space chain at the end there.
Great time for France as well to have this lead. They can build a nice little one before we get into this second part. So far so good here for the French. With the Excels coming in now, they take 2 FCs from France. So
I feel
1
like
FC for France.
was a Bancho miss because that was on one of the 1-8 slider streams, so that was a Bancho miss.
Oh, good catch there. Never mind.
3 FCs still on the side of France as we get into the next hard part here. Flash Show will be dropping, not answered by anyone on the side of Russia. So a very slight combo advantage now for them, even more so now with Okoro dropping the FC. Justman as well dropping the combo. It's only Vroom on the side of France, up against Ciccone, Tester, and pretty much everybody. As Vakman and Apostle have also recovered their combo very nicely after those early misses.
Nice Big drop now. It's all on the back of Vroom, but he ain't going to be able to do it alone. Ciccone gets a big drop there, but Russia have 3 huge combos to make work happen.
It's not going to be enough. Tester closing out the FC at the very end there. Absolutely insane performance from him on that. Vroom as well. It's just going to be Russia taking it off the back of the solid team performance. Lowest score 620k for Russia on that. Insane team score, quite frankly.
Ridiculous stuff. Russia, the tap-in team, does it again. Recovering from that DT3 loss with a big win here. But you got to hand it to Vroom for that accuracy. 99.5. So strong. And Okoro as well, but that one miss, 99.3. But the team performance ain't there against Russia. You need a bit more than that.
Yeah, you need a bit more than accuracy. Even if Okoro FC'd. Just the team performance from Russia on that pick. Going crazy on that. France now follow up with their next pick, and I hope their next 2 picks are going to just be the hidden maps. I imagine that is what we're going to see, because Hard Rock, not likely. DT4, probably don't want to pick that into Russia, considering they quad FC. The Fremont 1, maybe. But hidden just feels like the obvious picks that I'd go for here. And there it is, hidden 3.
And here we go. I guess they were saving it. I don't think they'd be too afraid of picking it into Russia. Russia haven't liked the hidden picks at all, or at least haven't really touched them at all, which tells you something. And here we go. Now we're in this best of 7. Picking out the hidden.
Now this is where Okoro and Thunder get to show their stuff. Flasha as well. France have, quite frankly, a crazy hidden roster, all things considered.
It's a fearsome one. It's what Russia are to speed, France are to hidden and gimmick. We'll see if they can make it work. We'll see if Russia can try and make something happen here into France as well. They got some solid reading players on the side to make things happen. Are we going to be seeing Vitia back in on this one? I'd guess so, but we'll see who they get in. There's Okoro getting back in for this. This ult style pick and hidden, very control based. Quite a lot of flow aim in this. You know, short bursts, zigzagging bursts, very high SVs too. It's pretty speedy in terms of the SVs and the high speed flow aim. And that on hidden is a pretty nasty combination, unless you have the hidden mains to make it work.
There's a stream in particular, I believe, near like the last third of the map. I feel like a lot of people are gonna end up missing on, so we'll see if that happens.
I think there's like 2. There's this accelerating one just before the last drop, I think, and then there's a one right at the very end. So if combos hit that point, that's going to be a big part. I can see people breaking on it multiple times. So we've got pros here though, so maybe maybe we'll be shown how it's done.
That's possible. Pretty lengthy hidden map, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Pretty consistently difficult, although the ending obviously does take it up a notch in terms of the difficulty.
I've been called the Vitia choice here then. Vitia's not in for this. Seemed well to come back in. Oh, immediately a bunch of breaks on both sides here. Oh, so many breaks on both sides. Just one FC left either way.
Yeah, no one really having a fun time trying to get used to hidden for the first time in this match. I imagine just getting those early adjustments out of the way. Must be having a ball of a time right now.
He's going in. It's the Gramps of France, Mr. Musty, on his preferred mod.
pretty much equal for now. Very slight combo advantage for France, but nothing to really write home about right now. It's mostly the accuracy department that France is really killing it right now. Welter drops the FC as well as Din, not answered by anyone on the side of France, and that gives a huge combo advantage now. France, even as Thunder and Flash to trade it. Ikoro is counteracting Tester, and Musty still holding on to the FC. But keeping Vacman at bay.
Still very well poised, not too much in it yet. Map's quite consistent, so it doesn't really stop too much. And still lots of combo either side, so it can still be stolen back here by Russia, especially with the harder parts yet to come.
Just takes inopportune chain misses from either team, really. Swap the score lead over. I think this is where the stream part is. We'll see if that makes a difference here, if anyone misses on this. Okay, no, it's not here yet.
It's pretty soon. It's not far from here. There's so much combo on the field, so it's critical these combos hit it, or everything changes.
Oh yeah, it's right here.
Here we go.
Ooh, Musty and Vacman trade the high combos on that stream. Only Ikoro and Tester to remain. Welter and Flashta as well, counteracting themselves. There goes Tester's high combo, and Welter as well. No combo on the side of Russia now. Flashta and Ikoro look to just close this point out.
Yeah, Ikoro, the safe pair of hands on the hit, and everyone around him is breaking. The Flashta and Ikoro just taking it easy for France, running this one home. This section's pretty hard. It's not like beat around the bush. This section is nasty as heck. Here come the last hard streams. Oh, both those combos on France get it.
Yeah, Ikoro had that early miss, but I guess he just wanted to make up for it by deciding to God mode the entire ending of the map.
Yeah, just combo the ends. It's not that hard, says Ikoro. Well, it bloody well is. Great play there from Ikoro again. And Flashta through that ending, holding well to make it pretty comfortable for France in the end. Their own pick working out well, but it was close until the end. But they do get it.
I think that bolsters them a bit more to opt to go for hit and one. If Ikoro's playing this well, might as well go for that. DT4, I think, was kind of expected from Russia. After they did so well on DT4 last week, like, it cannot be understated how insane they did on that map last week. It's kind of expected to see them pick into this.
It's an intimidating pick. Sure, it's quite a lot slower than that last DT4 was. You know, around 30 BPM slower. It's not even 200 BPM, but the awkward styling, the streamy styling, the gimmick on high-ish AR, it all fits into Russia's game plan. It all fits into their game plan, and if they can do that again, they're going to be in a good spot here. But with it being slower, it probably suits France a bit better than what the last one would be for them. You'd think, right?
The burst size on the last DT4 was relatively tame, so I don't know, to be honest. I feel like this still favors Russia pretty heavily, all things considered. You have Ciccone, Vacman, Welter, 3 of the 4 returning on the side of Russia to see if they can make the magic happen again. Din replacing Apostle.
I suppose with the lower sort of raw speed requirement, and getting someone like Din in for this is a good swap. Yeah, it's for the most part, it's the power team for Russia that made it happen last week here.
We'll see if they can make it happen again. On the side of France, Musty, Thunder, Ikoro, Vroom. Still a fairly strong roster on these double time oriented, somewhat alt picks. They have their work cut out for them here to get into Russia's second to last pick.
You feel like Russia really need to win this, because if they drop this, France still have some good picks on the board, so going into their strongest pick here and needing to perform, Russia, you think on paper they should be looking really good on this. Oh, a little bit of a false start, I think.
Either that or we're just getting banjoed. That would also...
Give it a sec. Give it a sec. Leaving us in limbo here, man. Waiting for the starting gun.
Well, it's not just us. There's also France and Russia also wondering what is happening.
Oh, I guess they're stuck on, like, waiting for players or something. Aye, sure. Something like that. I guess we'll kick off again. Round two. Round two. And nothing like getting held up by that screen and losing some of your warms.
Somebody just tripped over the cable. Don't worry about it. We plugged it right back in. We're ready to go now.
There we go. Gotta say, France's lineup looks like something you definitely see more on, like, the gimmick picks, the reading sort of picks, with the exception of Vroom, but a very sort of no mod 6, I suppose, roster from France. Does fit the style of mapper, I guess.
You can already see early stages of the map. France not doing so hot. No FCs already on the board. Very early misses, though, all things considered, so not going to be too much of a problem, but it does sort of showcase the comfort level. Welter, the only person on Russia really struggling right now to hold a combo on this map. Meanwhile, this team is just kind of going off.
The minor amount of combo gaming happening from Vacman, but his accuracy is increasing, so just easing into the map somewhat.
With that miss from Welter, though, the combo lead does shift back over to France. If we see another miss from Russia, this could get very dicey, just like that. Vacman with a slider break on that repeat slider, not answered by anyone from France. Thunder finally trades it, but that is the score gap decreasing to just about 50k now. Vroom with that unanswered miss. Vacman the answer, but he already broke. It's just two high combos now to the two FCs and a relatively high combo from Welter. Still close as we approach the halfway point of the map. It's going to take a bit more for France to get back into this.
And the combos on Russia still looking so good. The France are combating here. The accuracies on those high combos tell you they're a little bit uncomfortable. But it's keeping them in this somewhat, just about. They need more though, France. You see at the break, here we go. The players know the stakes now.
Well, doesn't seem to have affected the high combos that much. Thunder will be finding a miss, but one of the relatively low combos. There goes one of the high combos on Welter, but Musty follows it up immediately after.
Man.
Din and Chaconi still holding on to the high accuracy FCs. Ikoro with an FC of his own, but there's not really much you could do. Two FCs to one, and the accuracies on those FCs are quite frankly ridiculous. Like, what is this Din FC? 98.6. Okay, dude.
Why is that? That's actually insane. That accuracy is out of this world from Din. Coming in for Apostle compared to that last DT4, and you can see why. Crazy score, and Jaconi as well. Man, Russia needed that win, and they got that in style.
Well, we will be seeing, at the very least, both these teams have their last picks. Dare I say it? I'm not going to say it. I don't want to jinx it.
Hey, the way it's going, it's just constantly winning their own picks, and when one drops a break point, they give it straight back. At the moment, absolutely no leeway given.
And imagine
imagine
Hidden 1 is probably going to be the likely pick from France here after Hidden 3. I don't see why you'd not go for Hidden 1 unless you're just not feeling confident on the sort of awkward aim aspect. But if you're not comfortable on Hidden 1, then I'm not really too sure what France would go for here. Nomad 3, Free Mod 1? Those are the only other two maps I can imagine them picking. I don't think they'd ever want to go for Nomad 4, Nomad 1, or any of the Hard Rocks.
Nah, I don't think so too. It just... Hidden 1, Magmel is just screaming to be the pick. A Free Mod 1 could be possible, but that is more or less a consistency map in this matchup. I can see Nomad 4 in a parallel universe, but it just feels like inferior picks when this is the last pick you have, right? But maybe not. I mean, what
there was the other pick, so I guess not feeling the Hidden awkward aim right now. Nomad 3 instead going to be the pick. After Hidden 3, I suppose this makes a bit of sense, but this is a Nomad alt pick compared to a Hidden alt pick.
You're right, and I suppose with Russia, we haven't seen too much from them in this sort of map slot, this Nomad 3. They haven't gone for it much, and they played the one last week, and they did okay. But I suppose France saw that and thought, that's beatable. And you know what? I think they do have the edge on this, so I think you're right. This is a decent pick for them, if they really didn't want to go for that Hidden 1. It's quite a doable Nomad 3. Pretty standard style. Lots of flow aim more than acute angle aim in this. But it's got a bit of everything. It's what you'd expect. Lots of zigzagging flow aim as well at 150 BPM. It's sort of what you'd expect. Nothing too out of the ordinary here for Nomad alt map.
Not too surprising to see a pretty similar roster from the Hidden 3 return here. Swapping out Flashda and Thunder on the side of France with Hivkill and Vroom.
Vitya back in here for Russia after a few maps out for the control, understandably so. Tight now, last pick for both teams in a loser's bracket match. Tension's getting quite high now, a few early breaks.
Yeah, people struggling to get used to the map here. The map does just sort of immediately start, so it's not too surprising to see these early misses, but miscounts are going to be reduced as the players get used to the map here. You can already see that. Has favored France slightly with the misses early on here. Only Vroom missing on France. Meanwhile, Welter and Jaconi dropping 4 minutes long, though. Not going to matter that much.
Nah, it's early days.
That might matter, though. Okay, no, never mind. I thought Vroom disconnected.
No. Oof. That was a bit scary there. I mean, it was really early on, but yeah, it looks like we have everyone, so it's fine. Vroom's going to be a little bit behind, so bear with us on that. But in the meantime, though, it's looking like France are doing pretty decent in the early rounds. There's a break from Musty, actually, so maybe not. Maybe not.
I'm actually very surprised the client hasn't, auto-synced itself yet. So I guess Vroom is just playing like 10 seconds behind everyone else now. Kinda sucks. But what can you do, I suppose?
At least it's not slot 1. Then it would be in trouble, man.
Well, Hipkill dropping one of the FCs. Vacman and Vitya still holding on. I imagine Vroom also still holding on to the FC. So 2 FCs to 2. But that high combo from Ciccone is really making all the difference right now.
So far so good here for Russia with a good combo lead.
Oh, no! What was that? Koro just got the worst slow slider break of all time. Oh my god.
That is a rough one there for Okoro, and now Russia in such a strong position at the halfway point. Still so much of the map to go. But now Vroom's combo for France is so important for them. For anything to happen here.
Vitya does drop one of the high combos on the side of Russia, but there's still 2 to remain. Third of the map remaining, and we're going to need to see those high combos drop really soon for France to have any shot at this. Otherwise, they're staring match points on Russia's pick, and that is not a scenario you really want to be in when you're facing elimination.
It really ain't. There's a bit more of this map to go. Russia's still looking so good. Ciccone and Vacman. 2 of the star performers for Russia, doing so much work. Vroom trying to make something happen. They're still waiting for the moment to pounce.
From Welter and Vitya are adding up slightly, all things considered. So one of these FCs drops on the side of Russia. This is going to get insanely close at the very end here, but it just doesn't seem like they want to miss at all.
Oh, hip kill break there. That really does pull their combo right back now, France. I think Russia are just about good now. There's a break from Ciccone. Too late, surely?
Yeah, Vacman's still holding as well. He would have needed to miss there in addition to Ciccone, but Vacman looking to secure the FC on this map. See if he can do it.
A bit more to go.
And there it is.
There it is. Okay, what about Vroom? He's catching up. I think he might get it too.
Yep, there it is.
He does.
Actually, I think he might have slider broke or missed early on in the map. Yeah, he did.
Oh, right. Okay.
Might as well be an FC, all things considered, since it's only around 10k points behind Vacman's, who also missed in the beginning. So no FCs, actually, from anyone.
It's all the
no
near.
one time in the beginning.
Not at all, but the combos are on the side of Russia. Ciccone and Vacman. Great scores, and that's a huge break point now. Last pick of the match goes to Russia. They are 1 point away from the next round. But the question is, Fiery, what are you feeling here if you're Russia? You were talking about Hard Rock 1 at some point. Are you still feeling that?
Well, I mean, you either have to go for Hard Rock 1, or I guess if you feel confident in your ult ability, especially after that Nomad 3, Hard Rock 3 is obviously a very easy candidate for picking. So they could go for Hard Rock 3 here. They decide to take a tactical timeout first, though. But yeah, I think after what we saw on Nomad 3 there, I feel like Hard Rock 3 probably the most likely pick. Nomad 4, not too sure if they would go for that. Russia does have a very strong Nomad 4 roster in general, but I don't think it's something they'd want to go for particularly. And then you have Nomad 1, Hard Rock 1. If you're feeling the generic aim, sure, why not? Hidden 1 and Fremod 1 are probably not going to be picked at all, though.
I think either of the Hard Rock picks would be my call here. I think going into the Hard Rock 3 Flame Wall, sure they did alright on it, but I still think it's a bit of a coin flip between the two. We just saw Vroom get that FC on the Nomad 3, and you chuck him on Hard Rock, he ain't going to mind that one bit. But you imagine as a team, Russia have the stronger Hard Rock players, especially in this situation, right?
I mean, to be fair, Ciccone as well with a high score on Nomad 3, he's not going to mind Hard Rock either, so...
Nah. So, yeah, you think as a team, Russia would definitely be looking much better. And I suppose you chuck Hard Rock 1 on maybe, which is more of a Nomad 1 sort of mixed aim and stream map. In terms of the raw mechanics, again, you think Russia have it really, especially on Hard Rock. Anything else, though, feels a bit spooky to me. I think the last thing you do is go to Free Mod 1 and let France put players on Hidden. I'm not sure about that. But they really are taking the time to sort this out. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Because they are weighing up pros and cons of every pick remaining to keep their tournament alive.
They do have that tiebreaker now to fall back on Russia, at the very least. But they probably, I'd imagine, don't want to go for that. Hard Rock 1 will be the pick. So not Hard Rock 3. Feeling the more generic aim, I suppose. Custom song for the OWC World Cup 2022, All or Nothing by Thehan.
Picking out some of that metal aim and streams. A shout out to Thehan for a great custom song, by the way. I do enjoy his metal style in tunes quite a bit. Man, going into something fairly standard, I'd say, in terms of just a mechanics test. Does have quite a few streams as well as those big jumps throughout this one.
We saw on Hard Rock 2, Russia had undeniably the better Hard Rock roster, at least for precision. This, on the other hand, CS 5.2, not CS 6.5. Completely different style of map as well. France still have the potential to take a break point here. And if that's the case, you already know what time it is.
It's looming in this one. The way this match has been going, barely anything between the two teams. It is going to require another breakpoint trade, though, if France want to take it. But I can't see it being too bad for them. Just Man is back in the lineup for France. On the mod, he'd be one of playing. Vroom has already done so well this match. Back on his preferred mod. So this is definitely not decided already.
You have to also factor in the fact that this is an aim map, and aim maps are notorious for just being complete random misses from every player. Unless you're completely confident in your aim, which, even if you are completely confident in your aim, you can still just trip up and miss on something that's like nothing.
Exactly. It's the reason why you don't see many of these maps anymore being popular picks. An early miss here from Vroom will start things off here for France.
Not going to be that big of a deal. Still plenty of map to go. And Vroom actually didn't even miss. That was a Bancho miss. So starting off things strong already.
Already happening, Fiery. Oh my god.
Starting things off very strong already. Musty and Hifkill are going to be finding actual misses, though. That just shifts the combo lead very much in favor of Russia in the early stages here. Accuracy was looking in favor of France there by quite a wide margin, but combo is king, and Justman drops the FC. VroPro does trade it, but that still favors Russia so heavily. 3 FCs only to 1. We're already halfway through the map.
I'm not going to say that was a miss from Vroom just yet, and give it a sec.
Yeah, that... I don't imagine that cursor was his actual cursor movement, but he could have also missed. Actually, it seems like it was a miss.
It was.
Okay, well that makes things very interesting here. Backman now the only FC remaining on the board, but it's a 400k score lead already. And Vroom was not a miss, never mind.
Okay, he's still going then. So it's a 1v1 now between Vakman and Vroom. Last quarter of the map. There's not much time left at all. Russia very nearly there here.
They're going to need to see a miss from Backman real soon. And there it is! That's the miss they wanted. Vroom now. Is there enough time for him to make the comeback of the century? If he can hold, France have a chance.
God, there's just so little time. Ah, no, that's got to be it. That's it. Oh, man. No steal here now. Russia are going to back this. Look, it looks like so close, though, the entire way. But this is the end of the line for France. Russia taking the win 6-4. What a game, though. Russia move on. Very, very tightly contested. But that four-way matchup here will go to Russia.
Yeah. Russia will be continuing their losers bracket streak. Believe facing off against another one of our losers bracket matches that have already been played, actually. So China versus Russia Federation. Going to be one of your next losers bracket matches. Not out of the woods yet.
No, not at all. The way China have been playing, they're a threat. But the way Russia have been playing, they are always a threat. The question is how they'll do now we're getting into the real late stages of this tournament, but at the moment, they're passing with flying colours. But you gotta send your commiserations to France, who are going to be going home here. This is the furthest they've been in so many years. The first appearance in the semi-finals for about 6-7 years.
And been that long?
Yeah. I think it was like 2016 was the last time they made it this far.
I swear they made it to the finals at 1 year in like 2019 or 18. I swear that happened.
Oh, well, either way, it's been a little while and they're out here. It's been a great tournament though. Thanks for playing, France. But today's day is Russia's, and Russia versus China should be a really interesting fight between two teams in form.
And that's